Hi everybody, Matt here. Hey, just want to give you a quick little rundown of what you might have missed if you did not attend week four's live session. Going to just spend a few minutes going over stuff once again. If you attend class, you're going to get a much more in-depth and detailed description of these activities. There might be things that you can miss, or we will have discussions which will replace some of the activities that are in here. So a few minutes or a half hour online with us on Tuesdays could save you a couple hours a week of work during the week. So please join us on Tuesdays at noon. So right up here is the call-in number and the access code for that. This live session is not going to happen tomorrow. That was last week, so I will remove that from the page. And so this past week, we were working on Unit 3, Lesson 1 and 2. A quick summary of what we did last week. At the end of last week, a couple little things. We did a career cluster inventory using the Minnesota Career Information System. You had to upload the results, and then you also did a job study. So, show you real quick, just to review how to access those scores. Remember, the career cluster inventory is here on the bottom right hand, or bottom left hand corner, excuse me. If you have, if you did your career cluster, make sure you upload the results. But real quick, in case you did it, but you did not upload the results, and you logged off when you were done, chances are what came up was you won't be able to access your scores unless you follow the directions on the careers class. So just to review, to access your scores, you're going to go up here to My MCIS. On the left-hand side, you're going to go to Sorts and Assessments, because that's where the tests are. Okay, on the left-hand side, you'll have the list of tests that you have taken. You'll see that on mine, I have 5 different tests that I've taken. But you're going to highlight the one that you took. So, for example, the career cluster inventory, make sure that's marked black. You're going to click on Restore Answer Set. If you've taken it twice, it will say it's Set 2, Set 1, Set 3. All depends on how many times you took it. But just click on Restore Answer Set, and then Continue, and out comes this page. In class, we went through this with a little bit more in depth, and we talked about how you can use this to help you with your job search or just research ideas and so forth. You'll click on these things and information will come up. I'm going to ask you that you do those on your own and or attend class, and I'll show you what we're talking about. And so that's how one of the things that we did in class on Tuesday. So going back to the course, we are going to click on Unit 3, Lesson 1 and 2. Lesson 1 and 2, make sure you do the readings here. They are important. Lesson 1 is about the difference between a job and a career. Real quick, I'm going to show you the activity that you're going to do. You're going to need to respond to some of the readings. So in your own words, you're going to have to define job and career. What's the difference? What are the similarities? Why does the author of Article Reading 2 say that there's really no difference between a job and a career? So that's an important thing to read. How are both useful at different points of your life, and use specific examples? That's something we discussed as a class. And we went through each one of these, and we had a nice conversation about what those were. But if you did not attend, you're going to have to go through these on your own. Job versus career. There's required reading number 1. What is a job? Of course, there's a description. Go through that and read it. Required reading number 2. This one is a little bit different. He has a different opinion about a job and a career. So we'll get back to that here in just a moment. And then required reading number 3 is a little chart that pops up, and just accept it. Okay, a lot of students think that, and a lot of people for that matter, adults and students alike, think that there is a difference between a job and a career. One's long-term, one's short-term. One requires more risk, one requires more training, and one is lifelong, the other one is just temporary. So that's one of the main differences between a job and a career. Now, getting back to the class, there's 2 readings. Okay? The reading number 1 talks a little bit more on the viewpoint that a job is temporary, little risk, little reward, whereas a career is something long-term, more reward. But like I mentioned a moment ago, the author of reading number 2 says that basically, virtually, they are the same thing. And a job is nothing more than just a stepping stone in a bigger career. And that a quote job is actually part of your career. So, first, the assignment. Getting back to this assignment. Of course, I said, in your own words, define a job and a career. Now, this is going to be expected that you're writing grade level material. I want high school material here, so make sure that you're using correct grammar, mechanics, and spelling. Make sure that you have clear ideas, topic sentences, supporting details, and so forth. What are the differences? What are the similarities? But the third question in this assignment is, why does the author of the reading 2 say that there's no difference? I want you to explain that. And then I want you to give me your opinion. And so your opinion is going to be kind of in where you define them. Okay, how are both useful, and so forth. Okay, so that is Unit 3, Lesson 1, job versus career. Now, in Lesson 2, we're going to start talking about career paths, okay, and how to develop an effective career plan. We will go into this more detail next week, but we're just going to start watching. So there's a video, how to choose the right career. So go ahead and watch that. The career planning guide. There's a career planning guide that is in the Minnesota Career Information System that we will be using. First of all, step 1, you need to understand yourself. Okay, what are you good at? What are your interests? What is important to you? We are kind of using step 1 at this point. That career cluster inventory and the other assessments we're going to use are part of step 1. Okay, that's where we are. When we're done with step 1, we're going to start getting into explore your options, matching your strengths and your challenges and your interests and your skills to different jobs. Okay, how can you get hands-on exposure to them? What types of training do you need, and so forth. You're going to start considering your options. We currently are in step 1, and this is what we are going to be following. Step 2, we're going to explore your options. You're going to identify different career options, colleges, so forth. Step 3 gets into the career plan, a little bit more specific and detailed. This is where you're going to find exactly what classes you need, maybe high school classes, college courses, and so forth. Expand your skills. Okay, this is, once again, additional training. This doesn't necessarily have to be college training, though. And then, what can you do now as you're a little bit younger, and what do you do as an adult? And so in step 5, obtain and advance employment. So step 5, of course, comes later. Some of you will come in a couple of years. But we're going to really hit home in this class and in the next couple of units, step 1 and step 2. Okay, step 3 and 4 come as it over time in the next few months. For some of those that are graduating, it will come sooner than later. And then step 5, of course, is comes much later. So, okay, there's a career guide. There's a career plan. This career plan, once again, is out of Minnesota Career Information System, and just kind of talks a little bit about how to develop a plan. A little reading, not a whole lot there. And then the assignment for lesson 2 is Know Myself Response. So I'm just going to click on it and show it to you and read the questions. You're going to need to take the information you have now and the information that you learned using this first career assessment and answer some of these questions. We're going to come back and we're going to review these answers, and we're going to ask them again towards the end of this class. First question is, what did you learn about yourself from the career assessments you used? Okay, this career assessment is the one I'm looking at is this one, the career cluster inventory. For example, one of the things that I learned about myself is that I really am interested in architecture and construction, manufacturing, engineering, mathematics. That is, those three are very closely related, and I was very surprised when I took that they were as high as they are. I actually expected education and training to be higher on the list. It is still high. On a scale of 0 to 10, it's an 8. So it's still pretty high, but not as high as these others. So that came as a surprise. Those are the types of things that that surprised me. Also, business administration, I scored really low on, which is interesting because that was going to be one of my chosen career paths. Second question, what occupations interest you now? So as of today, okay, what occupations interest you? Go back and look at this career assessment. Go back and look, and you can click on different things. So for example, go through here and start identifying jobs. Start looking at jobs that you would like to at least do a little research on. You'd like to learn more about. So for example, architecture and construction, you click on that, you can say occupations or career fields. You can click on either one of these. Career fields, you're just going to come up with an overview of the job. If you click on occupations, a list of different careers will pop up that I may or may not be interested in. Okay, these are all construction, which for me really surprised me because I didn't know that that was something that I was interested in as much as I am until I completed this result. So that's what this question's asking. What occupations are you interested in now? I'm not asking you which one do you want to do for sure, just general interest. You're eventually going to make a big list and you're going to rule some out. What occupations have you considered in the past? Okay, list the career clusters that interest you now. Okay, honestly, they should be near the top of this. They might not be. Okay, but look at this to see if you might disagree with these results. If you do disagree with these results, you can take this test again. Well, I'll just review how to do that here again in a moment. And then the fifth question, what do you know about yourself, your characteristics, your interests, and your preferences? Ways that you can find those is look at your career clusters, click on one, okay? It just gave you general information, okay? About maybe things that you might be interested in. So, all right, so getting back, if you don't like the results, go ahead and take it again. To take it again, just to review, you click on Career Cluster Inventory. No, you know, it's not gonna let me because it's actually best to log out and log back in. When you do that, and it's not going to let me redo it here real quick. I'll show you what to do. If you're going to retake it again, log out, log back in, and I'll do that real quick. Go back in, and now you can do another option. You can take the test again if you choose. Rate the activities. Remember, when you want to review your results, click on Restore. And what's going to come up is you're going to have two different answer sets. Answer set 1, answer set 2, answer set 3, and then click Restore. Yeah, click Restore right there. So that is how you do that. This is the assignment for this week. Don't expect it to take too long. However, once again, I do want you to do it with the intent of getting information out of it. My point for assigning these projects and these assignments are not for you to just fly through them, do the minimum that's required so that you can get credit and get a grade. Make the class easy enough where that is not necessary, that is not needed, that is not what I want you to do. I want you to take these few assignments seriously, look at career options, and get information that will help you as you progress through this course, but more importantly, when you're done with this course, so you'll have a plan. So that's it for now. Don't forget, Tuesdays at 12 o'clock is the class. If you want to schedule a makeup time, we are not having it. This is wrong. We're not doing it Friday at noon. But please call me at the number up here, and we can schedule something one-on-one if you choose. All right? But for now, thank you. You guys have a great week. and I will talk to you next Tuesday. Thanks.